Namaskar. Welcome to another session of Being With Me. I am your host and guide, Anil Agarwal. In this session, I explain the human breathing process and how most people do not breathe properly and how to correct that. I also present various breathing techniques derived from centuries old traditions from India, like pranayama, and also from the West, like box breathing. But before I get into that, I would like to tell you a story. About 10 years ago, I came across a book called When Breath Becomes Air. It was written by Paul Kalanithi a few months before he died. Paul was a brilliant surgeon at Stanford Hospital in California. One day, about a year before he passed away, he discovered that he has cancer. He went through all the stages of grief and finally accepted it. It was perhaps a little bit easier to accept since he was a doctor himself and he knew that nothing much can be done about it. Then he decided he wanted to use whatever time he had left in life very, very productively. And he wrote this book called When Breath Becomes Air. Breath becomes air. What does it mean? When we take our last breath, it comes out of our nostrils and it becomes air. Life is gone. Life lasts as long as you're breathing. That made me think of the reverse. When air becomes breath. When air becomes breath. When a child is born and that child inhales the first whiff of air, it contains a tiny amount of oxygen, and that is breath. That's the first breath. And the life begins. Sometimes things don't go quite as expected. Child is born, but he doesn't cry right away. All of a sudden, there's panic in the room. Lot of anxiety. What's going on? Is everything okay? Then the nurse births the baby. CO2 is released. Airways open up and the child cries. The first cry. And the cry of joy. Joy for everyone in the room. Everything is okay. Now, in these brief moments, we have witnessed many things happening. A new life is born. We are seeing that new life take his or her first breath. We are seeing the breath correction process performed by nurse with burping, with tapping on the child's back. We are seeing moments of panic, anxiety, fear, and then resolution. Everything is okay. Now, please be mindful of what I'm about to say. These combined emotions that happen within a space of few moments, the child will experience these emotions many times throughout his or her life. In different situations, in different instances, there will be anxiety, there will be stress, there will be panic, there will be resolution, there will be happiness, and life will go back to normal until the breath will become air again. Breathing is essential for living. In Ayurveda, it's called prana, and the exercises that they have developed are called pranayam. I'll come to that later, but just a brief meaning of pranayam is pran is breath and ayam is management and control of the breath. So with practice, we can manage and control our breath to breathe correctly, and also when we learn these pranayama exercises, we can use them to resolve many respiratory problems. Now let's go back to what is breath and what is the breathing process. When we inhale air through our nostrils, it contains 21% oxygen